Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Gujarat State Fertilizers and Chemicals Limited conference call to discuss the Q3 FY22-23 financial performance earnings. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Nitesh Waghela from Anurag Services LLP. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you and good afternoon. Welcome to the third quarter earnings conference call of Gujarat State Fertilizers and Chemicals Limited hosted by Anurag Services LLP. From the management, we have Mr. V.D. Nanavati, Executive Director Finance and CFO, and Mr. Vishwesh Rajani, Company Secretary and Senior Vice President, Legal and Investor Relations, and other senior dignitaries from the management. I would like to thank the management for giving us the opportunity to host this call. We will begin the call with opening remarks from the management, post which we will have a question and answer session. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to the Q3 post-result call of Gujarat State Fertilizers and Chemicals. Hope you have seen the results and as per the demand of the few of the stock analysts, we also uploaded the analyst presentation and other media release as well as the production and sales volume data on our website and one of them on the stock exchange, filing with stock exchange also. And we hope you have seen it or you can see it now also. So as far as the revenue is concerned, for the 9 months period, we almost reached the last year's revenue. And as far as the net profit is concerned, we have exceeded the net profit that was achieved for the whole of last year in these 9 months. So this is a commendable achievement with a good management guidance. As you are all knowing, the government has declared its intention of protecting the farmers from the vagaries of price rise. So what we saw post Russia-Ukraine war, whatever rise in input cost and subsequent in finished goods cost of production or import, the government has absorbed the subsidy and kept the MRP of various fertilizers at almost the same level. So we have seen the ballooning subsidy for FY23 and definitely with an efficient player like GSFC, we have been part of that good spending by of India. We have our own share of subsidy receipt and it is reflected in this good result also. Apart from that, other things were normal. Subsidy receipts were also normal. For urea, we have received subsidy up to second week of January. And for PNK, it is up to November end. And as you all know, in the last 1 or 2 months, government don't have budgetary funds. So for February or March, we may experience some cash flow from subsidy receipts. That will be tied over by the short-term working capital borrowing. However, from 1st April, when the new budget is available, government generally immediately clears the past dues. So as far as cash flow is concerned, there is not much of a problem. Stocks were also at the heavier level, and we have seen that we sell whatever we procure or produce at the earliest. To save on marketing costs, we have tried to maximize our sales in Gujarat region. And for ammonium sulfate, where we sell large quantity, we also sold it in the southern pockets of southern India. So that has helped to contain our marketing costs. As far as industrial products are concerned, we experienced a huge decline in price of industrial products, and particularly the melamine, which gave us very good realization last year. Suddenly, its prices were substantially down, mainly because of lower demand as well as oversupply from the China. But we switch over to more exports, and now our exports are very regular. That helps us to improve the top line and bottom line of IP products to some extent. For caprolactam, if does not improve the demand in short term, we will also be resorting to higher export of caprolactam, just like melamine. Of late, from industrial product marketing, we are getting signals that there will be improvement in the sentiments in the market, and we look forward to improve prices of industrial products that has remained subdued for at least 2 quarters. So hopefully next year it will be kind of a normalized situation. Other details we already given in the investor presentation and media release about CapEx plans, its timeline, and some input related data, and of course share price and all these things. So there is nothing much to be added from my side. Thank you, and now all are welcome to ask questions.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We have our first question from the line of Vikram Kotak from Ace Lansdowne Investments. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I'm audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Sorry, sir. Now we are not able to hear you. Mr. Kotak? No, your voice is breaking.
Hello?
Yes,
The
sir?
bad network. Yeah. So my 2 questions. One question is, how do you see the caprobenzene spread now in the current quarter in the event of China opening, and what's your view over a period of next 1 year? That's question number 1. And number 2, so when are you planning to start the new melamine capacity of 40K, which you are under evaluation? So what's the plan there? That's 2 questions from my side. Thank you.
So, caprobenzene spray for at least quarter, Q4 will still be under stress. It will not dramatically or improve in a big way.
Okay.
So that is the signal. But as I said, it is improving. So next year it will be definitely more than what is so subdued.
Right.
Right now for Q4 we have, for FY24, our company's budget is still under preparation.
Okay.
So maybe next time we will be able to give more clarity on FY24 different numbers.
Sure. And sir, how is the demand side position in melamine and capro? What's the view here? Is demand enough, or you see a Europe slowdown impacting us as well?
No, demand is enough. Only thing that, but we should also get good price, no? So if we don't get good price, then we will export more. Because in Europe, a lot of plants are closed, melamine as well as caprolactam.
Yeah.
There's no spread, nobody can operate. Only China can operate on this line. So
Only last question about what's the cash balance as on 31st December in a books? What is the net cash, including liquid investments?
that is around 700 to 800 crore rupees.
Can you repeat, sir? Sorry, I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, 700 to 800 crore rupees.
Okay.
That is cash and liquid deposit.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. All the best to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Ankur Sanwal, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, there were news about disinvestment by Gujarat government of various businesses it holds. Is there anything we have received information from government also?
No. These are all such reports have been submitted in past also many times, but nothing has moved in such no direction.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, please press star and 1 on your phone. We have our next question from the line of Govind Lal Gilada from GG Securities. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity, sir. I got only one question in your press release.
I'm sorry, sir. There's an echo coming from your line. Can you use your handset, please?
Yeah, I'm using handset only, madam. Is it clear now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity, sir. In press release regarding capex, it has been mentioned that we have already lined up 4,000 crore capex and future further growth plans are there for another 4,000. So next, we are talking about 8,000 crore capex, and just now you told that you have got cash in hand with only 700-800 crores. Just I want to understand, sir, how we are serious about this capex and how we are planning cash flow, such big cash flow of 8,000 crores.
No, our reserves are around 11,000 crores. Cash on hand is just because February, March government subsidy don't come in time. So whatever deposits we have, that we use it to pay our vendors, because we pay everybody in time. We don't say that I don't have money, so I will not pay you. We pay everything in time as per the contractual terms, whether we have money or we have to borrow the money. So we don't give excuses of this or that. So as we said, the government don't have the money, so subsidy release is taking some time. So cash will again, coffers will again be full, maybe say by April or May. But the financial institutions, they evaluate debt equity considering equity as your net worth. So our net worth is around 11,000 crores. So you can very well calculate that for 11,000 equity, how much debt I can contract. It is a much more amount that we can borrow for our capex. So 8,000 crore is not a big amount. Plus, these things will take time. So just as you saw the results, we are earning like 1,000 crore, 1,500 crore. If we add up the appreciation, a major non-cash item. So by the time I do the Dahej project, again, say this period of 1,000 crores per year, I will have 4,000 crores out of my profit only. I don't have to borrow anything. So we are right now we are a zero debt company. So from that perspective, we will not have any strain on our cash resources.
Okay, sir. Sorry, regarding this 11,000 crores you told, but most of the what you have told, our reserves are in investment in our associates, all that major investment in other field, almost 6,000 crores. That I don't know we will unlock. We are planning to unlock investment in GNFC, all that. So they are the major one. If you aside, then there is subsidy of 2,000 crores as per your last quarter balance sheet submitted. And cash, all that, not much, sir. They are all put together 1,000 crore in cash and subsidies around 2,000 crore. But major is investments in associates, all that others. So are we planning to such a big capex in pipeline? Any plans of unlocking these investments, sir, in our other Gujarat companies? Sir?
No, there is no question of offloading our investment, but we can borrow, no? Whenever it is required, we can borrow at a very competitive rate.
Yeah, that is very clarity it is there, because we are taking 11,000 crores, including all investment. That is the major portion, 5,000-6,000 crores.
Right.
I followed, sir. So one more thing, sir. So these kind of capex already concrete, how much capex out of 8,000 is in pipeline, sir?
So around 4,000 is under various stages of implementation, and 4,000 ahead is still at a very preliminary stage.
So this 4,000, when it will be, let us say in 3-4 years, we will be executing all these 4,000, sir?
No, we have already given the details in the investor presentation on our website. So you can see the timelines are mentioned there when these projects are going to be commissioned. So you can see that in our website at slide number 9.
Okay. Then last my question is, sir, what kind of asset turnover or return ratios we are expecting on this investment, sir?
So generally, we don't invest in risky or low return investment. We only go for commercial evaluation of all the projects. So anything, of course, so far rate of interest was low, so our expectation of minimum ROI or all those payback period and all were on lower side. But now with rate of interest going up, naturally our expectation of minimum return is also high. So we generally don't take a project giving less than 13 to 15% IRR.
No, 13 to 15%. Let us say 6-7 years payback period.
Yeah, and all these plants, whatever plants we have set up, they are already 50 years old, no? So our plants last for a very long period. So 5 to 6 years is not a bad payback.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Kalpesh Shah, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Is there any plan to demerge our investment company into separate company? Whatever investment we have in our subsidiary?
No, there is no demerger. No, there is no such proposal.
Okay. And and our chemical division and our fertilizer division to be separated?
No. They will work in one umbrella only.
Okay. And sir, right now, what is the rate of caprolactam is going on in this quarter and last 3 quarters, sir?
So those details are given in our website, but still I am repeating it. And just one moment.
Yeah.
So caprolactam price was around $2,000.
Current quarter.
Current quarter.
And last 3 quarters, sir, average?
Last 3 quarters it was more. Now recently it has come down. It was $1,800 and around $2,000 earlier.
Okay. Now, we can see approximately 2,500 in first quarter of 24?
No, so much. It steadily increases, maybe $2,000.
So there will be viable to get a good profit, sir?
Yes, sir. Profit will improve, definitely.
If it will go about 2,000, then we shall get more profit?
Yes, definitely.
And sir, is there any turnover idea for fertilizer division in Q4?
Yeah, it will be around 2,000 crore rupees.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Full year we expect 11,000 crore turnover for FY23.
For fertilizer?
So for company as a whole, for this full year, FY22-23, our turnover is expected to be 11,000 crores.
Okay. And right now we have anti-dumping duty on caprolactam or not, sir?
No, there is no anti-dumping duty on any product.
No, no product at all.
No product at all.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Best of luck.
Thank you. A reminder to participants to press star and 1 to ask a question. We have our next question from the line of Ankur Sanwal, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Sir, during this budget, Government of India has emphasized a lot on nano urea, which we are not making. So, any idea of impact in future 2 years, 3 years with the quantum of nano urea on our products?
No, there is still no farmer acceptability issue for nano urea. So it is not going to make any impact on our present fertilizers. Plus,
Right,
nano urea is only sprayed on the foliar. So basal dose and all these things is done same time with normal field urea. So once there is some flowering, then only they spray it on the foliars. But these are all new things. Of course, government is popularizing it in a big way. But farmers have been traditionally doing farming for so many years with certain kind of fertilizers. So they will not switch the things immediately.
Okay, sir. So, secondly, you told about good prospect of our industrial division section in the coming next year. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so mainly China factor plays everywhere around the world. So China was almost closed because of zero COVID policy, and recently their New Year was going on. So now they are out of this COVID policy, as well as their New Year festivities are also over. Now their market is opening up, and when there is a good demand, actually the prices also increase. So that is how we see that improvement in the caprolactam and other price in the Q4 as well as next year.
We also supply to China?
No, China is a major puller or pusher for anything in the world. So if the China demands open up, what happens if they don't have demand, they export to everything, means everywhere in the world. So that lower down the prices. But when they consume their caprolactam in their own country for garments and nylon products, they don't export so much. So then export market prices also improve. And India also, we are all doing business on IPP basis, international price parity. So whatever is the price in international market, and that translates into Indian price. So when there is a good international market price, so we also get better realization in India. So that is how it is all linked.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Saket Kapoor from Kapoor and Company. Please go ahead.
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार कपूर जी, आपका सब डिमांड पूरा कर दिया हमने.
यस सर. सर
वो तुमने बोला था इन्वेस्ट प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं लगाते हो, मीडिया रिलीज नहीं देते हो.
हाँ सर. सर, I will come back to my observation on the same. But thank you, sir, firstly to taking a note of our request and implementing the same. Sir, you mentioned firstly that for fertilizer segment we are looking for a revenue of 2,000 crore for the fourth quarter. So, could you elaborate more from how are we coming with that figure? What kind of volume are we expecting? Because I think for December quarter we did around 2880.
Our marketing fertilizer officer, Mr.
Yeah, our expected volumes will become 4.50 lakh ton. Basically, we got 1 lakh ton imported urea in this quarter, so that has helped us to increase the availabilities. And our Sicca unit is also operating well for last 2 months. So we have the inventories of phosphatic fertilizer also. So almost volumes will remain at par with the Q4 of last year. And value will go up because of higher subsidy and the MRP of fertilizer.
But the margin per ton will remain constant, so that is 1,500 rupees only.
Okay, the margin, because government also wants to reduce subsidy burden. So since the input prices are coming down, they may decrease the subsidy from 1st January 23 effective. So if that is the case, then margin may come down a little bit.
Okay. What was the margin per ton, sir, for the third quarter in the fertilizer segment, the manufacturing one and the trading part?
Trading, so as you know, urea we are just a port handler, and DAP that Puaji told we hardly get 500 to 1,000 rupees per ton. And other manufactured fertilizers, we have not really come out with what is the per ton margin now. So much volatility is there that per ton margin concept has gone away.
Sir, can you give some more color on how for this quarter the raw material basket has shaped up, and going ahead, what are the trends for the raw material basket, and then towards the power and fuel part?
So we have shown it in our presentation about key input cost movement. So if you see the December phosphate price in rupee terms, it is showing 1,17,000 rupees per ton. So that is almost equal to $11.75 per ton in USD terms. That P2 has reduced to $1,050 per ton from 1,123. So उसमें I think $125-150 reduction हुआ है. NG prices are also down. We have shown it at 60 rupees per SM cube. Now it is around, except urea. Urea is a pass-through, so we don't get affected. Except urea, it is around 50 to 55 rupees per SM cube. Then benzene, it keeps moving along with the crude. So there is nothing specific about benzene, but September 22 it was 96,000 rupees per ton. It has gone to 75,000 in December quarter. But now it is steady around that figure, 75,000 rupees per ton. And ammonia prices are going down along with the natural prices. So it was around $800-900 per ton in Q3. Now it is around $700 to $800 per ton. But it is showing all inputs are showing reducing trend. So going forward also they will keep on coming down. So that is why government is thinking that why subsidy should not be reduced. But let us see what do they do.
So in that case, then there will be reversal of the same. Currently, what we are telling, how will that invoicing will then come into play if it happened on a retrospective basis?
So invoicing is on MRP only. So MRP is not changed. Only when we raise claim bill for subsidy, instead of say 48,000 rupees for DAP per ton, it may be 45,000 or maybe 43,000, whatever is the rate decided. It is not that they are going to do it, but these are all some fillers coming.
And on the power and fuel aspects, sir, how are the gas prices and other power and fuel components trending?
Miss, those miss which we are buying and doing that fuel, so it is coming down along with the gas cost, but the power that we buy from state utility, their cost is not getting down so fast. It is either sticky or maybe sometimes it increases also. But overall there will be some reduction in Q4 in power and fuel cost.
And sir, regarding this rock phosphate prices, what is the price trend there? I think that is not mentioned in the presentation.
Yeah, because we don't import much of the rock. That is why there is no standard available. So we buy rock from the RSMML, that is Rajasthan Mines and Museums only. So they decide the price in their own way. It is also a state PSU, so they have certain rules to be followed. So little bit here and there, but rock is also linked to processed price. So processed price is coming down, rock price also should come down. And upper sulfur prices are also coming down. So
sir, just to get an outlook on how the coming quarter is shaping, has shaped up. So we are almost 45 days, 40 days into the quarter. Though the fertilizer is going to remain stable, and for the industrial products there would be improvement. There would be positive increment in the industrial product segment. This is how things can be summed up as of now.
It will not be so bad as Q3.
Yes, correct, sir. Sir, for the phosphoric acid part, lastly, sir, what are the price trends there, sir? I think so that we are sourcing, that we are importing.
Yeah, so that I said, 1175 was October, December price in dollar terms. It has gone down to $1,050 from January. So there also $125 reduction has taken place.
Correct. So that translates into the end product prices also, or the end product prices margins have remained intact?
No, it directly transferred into end product cost. So because the MRP, as I said, we are not reducing MRP. So if government does not reduce subsidy, then this whole advantage comes in our pocket.
Yes. Sir, in our expansion plan, we have mentioned about this green hydrogen project also.
Yes, correct.
So what are we emphasizing here, sir? I think so, and it is mentioned in it will come up in 25-26, sir. That is what.
Yeah, because it depends on the government policy also. So right now the ammonia is made from the natural gas, and natural gas, most of the natural gas is imported into India. Now with this green hydrogen, the ammonia will be made from electrolysis of the water. So it will have from gas, the ammonia will be made from water. So water will be divided into two, hydrogen and oxygen. And hydrogen is right now made from natural gas and further processed for making ammonia. So now hydrogen will be taken from water, and then that hydrogen will be further processed to make ammonia. So going forward, India's dependence on natural gas can substantially come down if we are successful in this green hydrogen project. So this is a small start. So our plant also has the technical capability to absorb this green hydrogen immediately as soon as it is produced. So no need for a hedge. So, and we have a lot of wind energy and solar energy, as you may be knowing. So this hydrogen is not green if you make from the coal-based power or any other form of power. but it is only called green if it is from renewable sources. So we have renewable source of power, we have this electrolyzer, and then by churning the water, we produce hydrogen, and that hydrogen is used for nitrogen, that ammonia. This is how it is envisaged. So right now, electrolyzers are costly, and so it is expected that there will be this green hydrogen will be little costlier than this grey hydrogen. But over a period of time, just like we have seen in solar power, with a large-scale production and all, the cost come down. So going forward, green hydrogen will be much cheaper than grey hydrogen. So we are just maybe the first fertilizer company to start this in a 10 megawatt capacity.
What is the capex that we have envisaged for this 10 megawatts?
That will be 100 to 120 crore rupees.
Okay. And lastly, sir, on this phosphoric acid and sulfuric acid project at Sikka,
Right.
that is having the largest, longest gestation period. So where are we actually, sir, on this project? I think so this would be around above 2,000 crore that we have envisaged.
Correct. So we originally we had sort of a large double the capacity of phosphoric acid and sulfuric acid plant at Sikka, but we have now, after COVID, we have carried down to half. So now new drawings and everything is being made by the technology suppliers, and all those work is going on. So once we have the engineering drawings, then we will be coming out with the tender to invite participation for the vendors for setting up this plant.
So cost of project, sir, since we have lowered down the...
To 2,000 crores.
Right, sir. And lastly, sir, on this tax expenses benefit part, if you could in brief explain to us exactly for how have the calculation being made, and for 9 months, what have been the tax outgo on account of the profits of 1,234 crores? What exactly has been the net cash outgo on account of tax expenses?
So, right, whatever we pay now is only advance tax, no? Because
yes, advance tax, right.
So this year's computation will done when we have to file the income tax return, that is in the November 23 or October 23.
Correct.
So what we have paid is only advance tax. But just like individuals have now two tax regimes, old one and new one. So for other than individuals also this option is given that you don't claim any deduction, and then you give for the new tax rate which are low. So we have gone for that from this financial year 22-23. So whatever higher tax provision was made up to September, that has been reversed. And now current quarter we have applied new tax rate. So this effect is 109 crore reversal in the deferred tax liability and 10 crores in OCI. So our tax liability will be lower, and therefore the tax payment will also be lower on going forward basis.
So our tax rate will be 25%.
Yeah. Hardly anything will be allowed as a deduction. So certain adjustments are there, income tax versus books of account. So those will be made, and balance once taxable income is calculated, you have to pay that 25% straight away.
Thank you for all the elaborate answers, sir, and for the presentation part and press release and the volume data. Definitely, sir, they will add value, but what steps can be taken to increase shareholders' value? That should be deliberated. The dividend payout ratio, we are now coming to the end quarter of this financial year. How the dividend payout works out, what steps are taken so that the investor interest in such a big organization continues. So it is there in the public domain, the type of language sentiment we have for GSFC stock price, even being cash rich, having diversified set of chemicals in our portfolio, and so many import substitute items. But still the awareness, still the understanding in the investing community is not promising, sir. So steps should be taken. We should hire the proper IR team, create the right awareness, and deploy the agencies that can help us in building, in giving the ideas that will create shareholders value. You can look at yourself, sir, what have the investors gained in investing in GSFC over a period of last 4 to 5 years, and where the other players and the markets have moved. So vagaries will remain with the businesses, sir, but every company should have a intrinsic value also, for which investors are reposing the faith on the management. So hope these steps will also be deliberated. And all the best to you, sir, and Vishwesh, sir, for his future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to participants to press star and 1 to ask a question. We have our next question from the line of Vikram Kotak from Ace Lansdowne Investments. Please go ahead.
Sir, yeah, sir, I have some last week.
Your voice is breaking. We are not able to hear you, sir. We'll check his connection. Meanwhile, we'll move on to the next question from Mr. Aman K. from Aman Investments. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Am I audible, Vishwesh, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, first of all, congratulations on this set of numbers.
Yeah, thank you.
You are not very clear, though. Can you put your hands
okay. Sir, ma'am?
Hello? You speak, please? Yes, it is clear.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. First of all, congratulations, Vishwesh, sir, for a good set of numbers.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we have come to your side. So just had a couple of questions, sir. First of all, regarding the development of this, as mentioned by the previous annual report, that we are developing certain chemicals and in fertilizer segments, like nano urea, and which will be more efficient than the traditional fertilizers bags which we are providing to farmers and farmer community. So what is the update on that, sir? Are you seeing that potential in these also, because these are low cost items, and also these will substantially reduce the subsidies which government has to give companies, and also are they scalable at the same time? What's your view, sir?
Yeah, our agri officer will answer this.
So basically, it is still in a, we can say that it is still in infancy, this nano urea. It has yet to prove its worth on the farmer field. So, yes, government has come with a big bang, but finally farmer, its acceptability at farmer's level is yet to be tested. So we are quite cautious on this project. Right now, yes, we'll be initially trading nano urea, taking from IFCO, which is a manufacturer, to our own depots, and we'll have a correct test marketing, and then we can decide on this. But right now, as a product under Indian conditions, it has no auto acceptance at farmers level.
Okay. Sir, and what's your opinion on the cost part of it? Like, is it 30-40% reduction in the cost burden for the farmers, or is it the same cost which they have to pay?
Basically, it is claimed by the government under the ideal conditions. But as I said to you, it has yet to prove its efficiency at the farm level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, and also going forward, how we are, as many capex projects, and also we have a huge retained earnings which have been accumulated over there. Are we planning to capitalize it, or are we going forward taking, like raising equity from the market, or how are we seeing the debt structure going forward, sir?
Yeah, so of course that will be decided by the board of directors. But as we said, for our capex, Even if we are short of fund, that is easily available at the very competitive rates. So that is not a question of that does not hamper us or any capex plan. So as far as capitalization directly, indirectly is concerned, as I say, it is a board prerogative and they will decide at the suitable time.
Okay. Okay, sir. And what is our mix of our power? Because our power and fuel takes the most, nearly 1,000 crores of our revenue, which is going into the power and fuel. So going forward, how we do it, sir, like converting into renewable? Because we have already set up the solar plant of 15 megawatts. Going forward, how are we reducing our dependence on Gujarat's coal? What do you feel, sir, on this?
So we are still doing another solar power 15 megawatt capacity plant.
Sir, and this 15 megawatt is how many, what is the value of this capex, sir?
Yeah, that is around 85 crores.
Okay, 85 crores, sir. Okay.
So,
you are saying, yes.
Yeah, so it reduces our dependence on the utility, state utility power.
Okay. Sir, how much proportion will this reduce our dependence if this has been installed, like 10%, 15% of the requirement, or is it much more than that?
Our renewable power is 35 to 30% of our total consumption.
Okay. And this project has been totally set up, sir, or is it in the phase till now?
This 15 megawatt project is going on. We already have wind power of 153 megawatt and another 11 megawatt of solar power is already there. So we have 153 wind, 11 solar and another 15 solar is going on.
Okay. So, and also in this quarter's financial statement, we have seen our finance costs also coming up. Are we, because as mentioned, we have already, and just a suggestion, we can use our retained earnings as well. But have we taken any, what is the average cost of borrowing, sir, which we are handling?
It is around 5%.
Around 5%. Okay, mostly government subsidized.
No, what we borrow is also because for deposit, we don't want to break our deposit for some payment. So we also have borrowing and we also have deposit. So both things working together. So if you see net basis, income is much more than interest cost.
Correct. Sir, and two things here. Our inventory has also come up substantially. And second, our government subsidies receivables also have been accumulated. Is it in the same, just to rephrase it, our government subsidies are also increasing, accumulating. What is your view about it, sir? Are the realization, when do we expect it to be realized?
To meet the fiscal discipline, government provides little less subsidy than what is actually required. So they exhaust the budget provided maybe in February or March. So they don't have budget, so they don't pay the subsidy. But on 1st April, the new budget funds are available. So immediately in the first week of April, they pay all the past bills. So it is a matter of some month or month and a half that subsidy dues are accumulated.
As and when the funds come, these projects will be funded across. And one more thing, in sulfur, sulfur is also coming up as fertilizer. If I'm not wrong, sir, 10 to 15% of the sulfur fertilizer is composed of sulfur, and the major part is ammonia, which is there in fertilizer industry. So the sulfur is also picking up. Do you think the proportion will be changing in future, or the proportion will be remaining the same, and the demand for sulfur is being attracted somewhere else apart from fertilizer segment?
So which product you are saying?
This one which we produce, the fertilizer bag, that would be specific, the 2 to 3, the 2/3 grades of fertilizer which we produce.
We are not able to understand.
Sorry, you are talking about what can be the scenario of fertilizers moving forward?
Yeah. What can be the scenario for fertilizer moving forward in terms of sulfur, sir?
Sulfur, yeah. Sulfur is emerging as a fourth major nutrient in Indian soil. And fortunately, we are one of the largest producer of sulfur-based ingredients. So, and government of India is also pushing for more usage of sulfur. You must be knowing that apart from nitrogen, phosphorus and potash, government is also giving subsidy for the sulfur. So, yes, replenishment of sulfur deficiency has now become inevitable, and that will definitely benefit to us. It is benefiting to us.
Sir, are we net exporter of sulfur or net importer of sulfur, sir?
Sulfur as an element.
As an element.
We are consumer. We are also country as a whole. We are importer.
We are a net importer.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a dependence from sulfur. Sir, and also, is the sulfur which is used in the raw format, or they have been converted to acid in liquid format and then used in the fertilizer?
Acid form, it is sulfuric acid.
Sulfuric acid.
Yeah.
Which is used in the acid form. Okay. Sir, and finally, one last question. And as we have seen the result, it has been what have you been expecting, sir? Because I think the cost pressures have reduced a bit, and the government's trajectory for these subsidies, as rightly pointed out by you, is also slowly degrowing. So what do you feel, the cost pressures will even smoothen further, or we are expecting a reversal of cost to be coming in future?
If you are talking about
the cost of ammonia, the cost of other elements, which is used to make.
You must have seen that after September 22, there is a downward trend. Still, it has continued in Q4. So ammonia has gone down. It has touched almost $900. Now it is below 800. It is around 750. Phosphoric acid, it was 1175. Now it is 1050. Similarly, prices of sulfur are also going down. So it has all across, it has a downward trend for all the group of raw materials. And similar trend is also there on the finished fertilizers which are being imported. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, and just one final question. Our major supply goes to MSP side, or do we do private supplies also, sir?
Yeah, MSP is applicable on 6 or 7 identified crops, and government is procuring at that rate all across the state. So it is, yes, the rise all the time, it is in the range of 6 to 8%, which definitely benefit to the farmers.
Okay. And what will our proportion be of sales, sir? Like what will government and private? Is there any private player, if any? What is our proportion of sales, sir, to just government and then private? To be just 40-50, 40-60, or is it that proportion? Or majorly goes to government mediums only?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Yes, sir. So I was asking of the total sales for the quarter or for the year as well. So is there any proportion of our sales, like certain 50% goes to government and then the government has a price limit on it? Or is it we sell it to other players? We sell the raw substance to other players and then the other players make their own manufacturing of fertilizer and sell it across again to government. Is it we do as an intermediate business also, or is it direct to consumer, direct to farmers or government?
It is directly going to farmer. Because government has all checks and the subsidy after DBT, the subsidy is made admissible to the companies only once farmer buy on the POS machine. So obviously there is no drain in the subsidy. It is going to the farmer.
Okay. Okay. Directly. Sir, and also have we applied for more carbon credits, or do we have, because it's a very manufacturing intensive business to produce fertilizer, and also we use other non-renewable energies also. Do we think the carbon credit plays, which government has been bringing for past 3 years, does it have a more regulatory implication on our business, or is it more relaxed or more ease of doing business going forward?
We do take care of the environmental issues in all our plants, and they are under the clearances of the environmental pollution control. See, we do not foresee anything comes on us with regard to the environmental issue.
Okay. And last final question, sir. Is there any arbitration award which is yet to be received in our favor? Or if you can just quantify the amount?
Arbitration what?
Arbitration, any legal proceedings or cases against us which award has been issued? Any arbitration cases?
No.
No. Okay. Sure. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Nice speaking.
Thank you. We have our last question from the line of S. Ramesh from Nirmal Bang Equities. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, and good evening, and congratulations on your good results, and thanks for the call. So I have three broad questions. One is in terms of the segment numbers, can you share the EBITDA per ton for phosphatics and the same number for urea in terms of EBITDA per ton? The second question is when do you see the chemicals business turning around, because that's where I think you are not able to perform, the fertilizer business delivering growth. And third question is in terms of the electrolyzer project, is it a JV with GNFC, and what is the capital cost for the 5 megawatt electrolyzer you're planning to set up? And have you any indication in terms of at what price you will be producing hydrogen? If you can answer these three questions, that'll be great.
Regarding the first question, that EBITDA, I'll say that's within the range of, in Q3 it's in the range of 10%. We are not calculating with respect to, product-wise, but on overall fertilizer segment, our segment is in the range of 10%.
10% margin on sales. Okay. But in urea, are you getting positive contribution? Because in GNFC, they mentioned urea is a bit negative in third quarter. Is there any challenge in the urea margin?
Urea, it's always been a challenge because what the subsidy that has been, the concession price which has been given by the government is with respect to all the variable costs which they, released to us. With respect to fixed costs, they have maintained it from the, very old rate, about I think it's about 2012. So that fixed cost part, which most of the companies do not get recover, and all the industrial players have requested them to look into this part, so that because they can also so something can be also taken care with respect to the fixed cost part. So yeah, so there'll be margin issues, but not that much.
So we can move to the question on chemicals and the electrolyzer.
What's the chemical one?
So if you see this year, this quarter and this year, basically driven by the improved performance of fertilizers, whereas chemicals has been a bit of a drag. So when do you see the chemical business turning around in terms of adding to your profit growth, and where is the challenge? And the next question was on the 5 megawatt electrolyzer project, because GNFC also talks about similar project. If you can give us an indication of what is the kind of cost per ton of hydrogen you expect, and what is the capital cost for that 5 megawatt electrolyzer?
With regard to your capital, the IT industrial products, still there's in Q4 I'll say there's an issue with respect to the realization price because it's already been suppressed a lot. What we see some improvement there from the next year onward. The Q4 will still be under pressure with respect to realization, and over and above this capital business spread which is increasing, so that has an impact of on the realization straight away and the input cost. So Q4, yes, definitely industrial products will be under little pressure. But we are looking from the perspective of how we can maintain and adjust it from the domestic to export market like we have done in Q3. So that on the same basis we'll try to do our product mix in such a fashion so that we get in a better realization wherever we have our market in the in abroad.
Understood. And if you can give your thoughts on the electrolyzer.
Electrolyzer cost, but it's in a very early stage to comment on what all the cost will be. How much?
Can you at least share the capital cost? Because that's an information which is totally lacking, because everybody is talking about electrolyzer, but there is no visibility on the capital cost.
It will be roughly around 100 crore, I believe.
100 crores to 5 megawatts. That's useful. And lastly, if I can just squeeze in a question, the phosphoric acid and sulfuric acid expansion, what is the capex required, and to what extent will it reduce the requirement of outsourced sulfuric acid and phosphoric acid for your future growth?
Sir, it will be around 1,500 to 2,000 crore for BA and SA expansion. We have scaled down some of the requirements. So earlier it was around 3,000 crore. Now it is pegged at around 2,000 crore.
And to what extent will it reduce your requirement of imported phosphoric acid and purchase sulfuric acid?
So it will be around 2 lakh metric ton per annum phosphoric acid plant. So we will have that in-house phosphoric acid available that can make 4 lakh ton of DAP.
Okay. Right, sir. Thanks a lot. Wish you all the best and congratulations, and look forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Nanavati for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So, as we deliberated, the growth story is intact. Some segments performance here and there. It's a part of the life, so that will keep on happening. But the company will steadily grow both in terms of top line and bottom line, and with new projects and all, will be achieving Atmanirbhar Bharat and generating employment, which is the dire need of the country. So thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of Gujarat State Fertilizers and Chemicals Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
The conference is no longer being recorded.